What it is, what it do, what it be like. Welcome back to What the Hell It News, where everything we react to, you're gonna be like, what the hell, it, man. Hope all is well out there. And man, in this video, man, we got a few topics we gonna get into. We got the Money Man and Adam 22. We got the Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson breakup, and also the Boosie and Vlad situation. You feel what I'm saying? But man, look, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it. We got to talk about the Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson breakup. Or should I say Megan breaking up with Klay Thompson. We know lately she came with this post and she said, cheating had me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all the horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real breakup after this one. Now after dropping that, fans of hers went ballistic. Man, they got to saying all kind of stuff. They got to coming at Klay Thompson. Man, just own them. You feel what I'm saying? They even came with a campaign saying, women go cheat on your man and things like this. Like, what the hell they got to do with you and your man? Like, you gonna cheat on your man for a celebrity who you don't even know like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro. Which makes no sense. And if you willing to do that, that just means like you not worth being somebody. You not worth being in a relationship anyway. You just a dot in a. Now it was said that Klay, this ain't his first rodeo when it come to him cheating on his exes and things like that. You feel what I'm saying? Now we know Megan Thee Stallion. She's not no princess out here. You feel what I'm saying? She's been around the industry. And this just the industry. We don't know how many dudes she been with before she was notarized in the industry. But she done been from Moneybagg Yo, Tory Lanez, she done been with like a couple of other guys, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So, they acting like she's just this faithful, loyal chick, and she far from that. You feel me? Now, I'm not biased, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, no one deserve a second chance, deserve to find real love, you feel me? Everyone have a past, you feel what I'm saying? But, don't come running to the internet wanting people to feel sorry for you when you hold this image, you feel me, of being a thot, being a 304 in your music, things like this, and then you still want to be looked at as a wife, a girlfriend in a relationship, and that just don't go hand in hand. That don't mix. And so, hey, I can understand why Klay got cold feet. You feel what I'm saying? He like, man, look, before this get even deeper, I think I'm gonna take a rain check on this relationship. You feel me? We don't know what the relationship was like behind the scenes. We just see pictures of them supposed to be so happy, but it's always two sides. You feel me? Me, I feel like she probably looked at Klay as her way out. You feel me? Her token. Dude make a lot of millions, and it seemed like he the type that's easy going. She can probably manipulate things like that. Kind of green. Not saying he green, but I think that's how she kind of took it. And it probably started out as a little fling, a little celebrity crush, just like the typical relationship start, having fun, clapping, and then it got a little serious. Now me, I think he might have wanted to just test the water, see what that thing was like, and he ended up getting stuck in it a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? But I think he realized, like, man, look, I can't do this, and like I say, we don't know. She might have been trying to handle dude behind the scene, and he wasn't going for it. We done seen how crazy she can be with the Tory Lanez situation, and I still feel like even though he was found guilty, it's a possibility he really didn't do it. And if that's the case, I feel like she's down bad, and You know, things like that don't be forgotten, you know. And if you notice, you know, she hurried up and came to the internet and called it quits as if she broke up with him. But in reality, he broke up with her. You feel what I'm saying? But she want to be known as, you know, like she in control of everything. You feel what I'm saying? But that ain't how this worked out. Now I will say, you know, if he was really feeling her like that, or he wasn't, should I say, if he wasn't really feeling her like that, he messed up when he brought her around his parents. You feel me? Because when you do that, hey, that automatically make a woman feel like, oh, she finna get the ring, because do no one introduce their family unless it's something serious, you know. So I feel like he messed up with that one. But what did I know? You know, that's just my opinion on everything. But man, we're gonna get into this Adam 22 and Money Man situation. Now, I'm not quite sure how this started, but I believe this started off from Adam 22. I believe talking about like rappers. He already feel like rappers broke, they don't make no money, things like that. And he be trying to get certain people on his platform, and some people turn him down. Now I don't know if that's the case with this situation with Money Man, but I believe he spoke on Money Man saying like, you know, he don't make no money, or like he broke, you know, I guess from music, he don't make money from music. And he pulled up, you know, like Money Man, I guess his music analytics, what his last project did, the numbers and things like that. And, you know, it was a low number, you know, I could agree to that. And so, you know, Money Man, you know, came back with a video, you know, showing like 200,000 in cash money, you know, letting Adam know like, you know, this just pocket change. This just light work right here, you know, ain't nothing broke over here, you know. And so, you know, Adam responded like, only broke rappers go take out all their money out the bank just to show they have money. And, you know, when they do that, that means they really don't have money. They just trying to flex and, you know, so on and things like that. But my take is this ain't the first time Adam then did this, then talked greasy about a rapper, you know. He done did it with Sauce Walker. He talked a little greasy about Drake. You know, so that's what he do when like people turn him down or whatever, you know, he can't get him on the platform maybe. And so like, he just don't know that Money Man been in the game, man. Like, why you think his name Money Man? You feel what I'm saying? Like, dude really like do this shit. You know, this man, he talks about it in his music. You know, that's how I know Adam not really in tune with Money Man like that. Because if you know, you know. From the first time I heard Money Man, this was years ago when I first got on him, he was putting us on game about the crypto, about investments, you know, about flipping money, about credit, you know. And so you don't think this man really doing this in real life, you know? You know, he know for to be that much of knowledge of it, you got to be really putting that work in real life, you feel what I'm saying? And you see the drip, you see all the things that he have, you feel me? And I guarantee he don't depend on making money from music like that, you know. This guy's a businessman, entrepreneur, investor, etc. You know, this man got huge ass gun collection. Like, you gotta be getting money to have a huge ass gun collection like this man have, bro. Not no cheap ass guns. Real high power rifles and stuff like that. Dude got it like that. And so that's what Adam lacking at. That's what he don't know. You know. We know rappers not really making money like that out here off music. Not these days anyway. Now some rappers is, or they get it on the back end doing shows. But we know album sales, of course they not making money like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid worth shit from streaming. You get a cent off a dollar. That ain't no money, man. You feel what I'm saying? And so, of course, he would say, "Oh, he broke." If you look at it from that standpoint, of course. But to ease his own, he felt like Money Man broke, and Money Man responded and had to let him know, man, ain't nothing broke over here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you corny. You just trying to get some juice. And so that's how that went. BS. Adam just hating. He just a hater. When he do things like this, he mad. You feel what I'm saying? Like, hey, everybody different. Just because you don't take your money or show your money off, don't mean other people broke. That's my take on that situation, man. But we finna hop into this last topic, which is the Vlad and Boosie. Now, by now, we all been hearing about this topic. It's been trending all week long, and it's steady getting fuel to the fire. Now this started from recently Boosie taking to his live and exposing the fact that he want more money from Vlad. He want Vlad to pay him an extra $5,000 on top of what he already getting paid, which was revealed that he was getting paid $25K just to do an interview, just to talk, just to sit down, man, and gossip. Bruh, who in their right mind would turn that down because you want an extra $5,000? Now, of course, a lot of people gonna say, man, he right, man. Hey, he can do what he want. If he feel he worth more than that, hey, let him feel that way. And yeah, you right. You feel me? But at the end of the day, if we not gonna stunt and say 25K not a lot of money, it is when you just sitting down talking under the air, comfortable. You might be smoking, drinking, like whatever you doing, you comfortable. You just talking, man. For 25K, that's more than some rappers make a show. And you trying to turn that down over an extra 5,000, like it makes no sense. And Vlad went into details. He responded and he broke down all the analytics and things like that, the business part. And he let it be known, like, I'm only getting 10,000 profit, I believe, from when he sit down with Boosie. And so, dog, how you gonna argue with that? We know Vlad don't really pay a lot of people like that. And so you feel some type of way because you seen 6ix9ine or heard what 6ix9ine make. Like, that's why niggas don't need to pocket watch and worry about what the next man will make. Just worry about what you making, man. And what you was making was some good profitable money, man. I don't understand it. And then Boosie came, he was like he was gonna start his own podcast. And my opinion, I feel like you should have been did that. You could have been doing that while you was still doing Vlad interviews and still been making that bag and building your own brand. I don't understand why he haven't been done that. You feel me? It would have popped, man, but it's not gonna take off overnight, but you could have still been getting that bag with Vlad. And so I feel like he effed up in that case. Now, on that behalf, I feel like Vlad wasn't wrong. He was right. Um, you know, but what I do have a problem with Vlad is that even though I felt like Boosie shouldn't expose that business of what he was making and things like that in the first place, to even make Vlad talk about his personal business. But that's why I have a problem with Vlad, because y'all claim y'all friends with each other, but why is you talking about Boosie financial problems? Like, a friend don't do that. And I think that's what people got this friend, like they just using the word friend around like it's not nothing. And it's wondering the word friend down. It's a difference between a friend and an associate. And I feel like that's only what they was, business associates, because a friend not gonna air out a personal financial problems and things like that. And we seen that's what Vlad did on this recent interview. And he got to saying things like, you know, Boosie really don't have it like that, and you know he don't have any investments, and you know he have to do this and do that to make money and to try to keep up. And I'm like, damn, you feel what I'm saying? But that's your partner, that's your friend. Nah, man, you know that's snake stuff. You feel me? Even though Boosie brought up the fact, you know, what he was getting paid, he ain't air you out like that, Vlad. You feel me? So that's why I feel like Vlad can't be trusted, you know. But yeah, man. Now Charleston White that made his way back in the mix with Vlad, and he finna get that money now. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like Boo, he upped up in this situation. You know, it ain't make sense. He was just being greedy in my case. And you steady being greedy because now you trying to charge your fans to watch an interview, my nigga. Like, come on, man. Like, you is tripping, man. That ain't gonna last, man. I'm sorry to say, you know. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts and opinion about these topics, man. Like, subscribe to the channel, man, you feel me? And comment, man. Let me know what y'all thought about these topics. And let me know y'all opinions, bro. Hey, until the next one, y'all be blessed, be safe. I'm out.